Refresh your screens. Refresh your streams if you could. I'm back, but it kind of timed out for a second. I think the internet connection went a little wonky. That's okay. Can you guys see me? Hello? Alright. I think we're back. You guys might need to refresh your streams, but we're still in business here. We're still hanging out. Still chilling, I would say. Alright. Now we're back online. Let's continue on. I have it, Sabine Sting. Okay. We already read that particular part. Everything seems good. I have no idea how Yatagan they trail off. We should treat this with caution. It looks authentic, but I have no idea if it really is what it appears to be. I don't care. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but we need to be careful. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we have another choice. They gesture for you to sit on the bed. The stabilizer works under a similar principle to an immunosuppressant in a transplant operation, that it stops your body from rejecting the unfamiliar part of itself. In the case of your frame, the unfamiliar part is each of your biosynthetic organ groups, which over time are identified by your body as foreign material and therefore must be eliminated. That's actually horrifying. Okay. Sabine holds up a vial of the would-be stabilizer. However, unlike an immunosuppressant, the stabilizer doesn't do this by limiting your entire immune system. Instead, it re-encodes your biosynthetic organs with new protein chains which act as passcodes within your immune system. The stabilizer refreshes those passcodes, keeping your frame from rejecting all of its own organs. Passcodes? Which means the stabilizer should be able to encode any organic or biosynthetic matter to be accepted by your immune system. They glance away, at least if the stabilizer is genuine. The only way to know for sure is to inject the vial. In readying the syringe, I'll start with a small dose to limit the risk. Okay, let's do it. Sabine cracks the glass neck of the stabilizer vial and uses a syringe to extract a fraction of liquid. They tap the syringe and you watch as if any sign might emerge from the clear liquid. You barely feel the needle, your frame registering the initial injection but little response. A sensation begins to spread from the site, a fizzing, trembling wave that disperses through your arm with incredible speed. Your vision goes white, and where it returns, Sabine appears encased in shards of sparkling light that slowly fade into darkness as you settle back against the bed. You swim in darkness, muffled noises, like an argument heard from underwater, trickling waves of cold. When you sit back up, Sabine is sitting in a chair by the window facing away from you, backlit by the glow of their slate. Awake? Yes. What happened? The stabilizer is genuine. They sit down beside the bed. I don't know how Yatagan acquired a case of the stuff, but they did. Sabine looks troubled, distracted. You should rest some more, but you are going to have to do that somewhere else. They just ignore. I have other patients, sorry. Sabine nods towards the case. I'm afraid I can't offer you any more doses. You're going to need to pay for your next dose. Silence fills the room, and return to the glowing slate. Looking around the room, it seems different somehow, as if things have moved or shifted. Wonder how long you have been out. Sabine. Nothing comes free, sleeper, remember that. You manage to get to your feet and wander out into the hallway. The queue stretches down the flickering corridor. Koshiro stands impatiently by the door and fixes you with a glare as you leave. You lower your eyes as you stumble past, somehow faintly aware of the station spinning beneath you. Alright. Hey, we got some stabilizers. We'll need to buy a vial of it. How much is it? 100. Oh, that's gonna be a little while before we can do that, huh? Okay. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, that's gonna take a little while to get that much money for it. That's okay. Okay. Well then, let's go to work. Okay. Engineering. Almost there, baby. 15 cryo is good too. Try it. Even better. Nice. I need to hold on to money. Need to hold on to money. Gotta go to bed. That's okay. Sleep. Alright, let's see what we get here. Oh, I'm starving, unfortunately. Bang, Havenage Systems Engineer. Oh, that's that one mission. Right. Oh, and a scrap freighter. We could buy some scrap. Oh, we could buy scrap. Do we need it though? I don't think so. Let's go to Fang. Sleeper. Fang catches your attention as you approach the Havenage building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way. Security, all that. Gives you a look. You know. Slams a button and the bay creaks open, blinking lights in the dark behind it. Follow Fang inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs is where I work. Door hisses as it closes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to generators and diagnostic slates and things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There's a chorus of hums that blends into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Fang leans on a server stack and gestures around. You like it? It's incredible. Smiles widely. I thought you'd say that. Taps a nearby server stack, which bleeps in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up from the sea of systems we call the Eye. Believe what this place runs on. Steps over a towering block speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station A1, the one Solheim built. We've had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think they are seeing a constant, concrete reality. Hey yo, J-Burb Games, it's good to see you, bud. How you been? You guys aren't following my boy J-Burb, the Blue Jay VTuber, who plays a lot of different games from RPs, narrative games, and other sorts. But he's a super chill guy, often hosts a little bit here, there with his friends as well. Is also streaming on a different time zone as I usually do. But he's a great guy. If you can give him some follows, that'd be very much appreciated. I'm alright, that's good to hear. And I'm going alright as well. We're just playing some Citizen Sleeper. It's a little bit of a narrative game in its own right. Has artwork that's very reminiscent of Lancer, which I appreciate. Thank you for the shout out. No problem at all, bud. But it's good to see you. I'm hoping, at least, hopefully on your side of the world where you're at, it's probably daytime, I'm imagining, or hopefully in the morning. It's not too late for you where you are. Let's see. 8 a.m.? Very nice. Okay. Well, then, good morning to you. If you want to just chill out in the chat, you're welcome to, Vapor, but I appreciate you stopping by. We're doing some, I guess, narrative stuff for this. It's kind of just like a chill kind of reading experience, which I appreciate. Residents here look up the eye and think they are seeing a constant, concrete reality, but this place is a system in constant flux, decaying, growing, collapsing into new configurations. Walks down the hall between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. Stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. Turns back to face you among flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper, all these systems and sections. Can't you? Marley Gray, it's good to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm your boy, Oozy Ooze, Gelatinous Cube Janitor. Often just trying to keep the messes at a minimum, but also keeping cool and collected when possible. Welcome in, Marley. What were you doing? What were you playing? Welcome into the stream. They're here. Ayo, ayo, hello. What game were you playing? Also, if you guys aren't following Marley Gray is the incarnation of the curse. Once you catch wind of this particular tape and see the contents of it, you're sure to be visited by the curse itself. Here's Marley, who's an amazing VTuber, very awesome person, streams a lot of horror games, has played through a lot of the Silent Hill franchise of games and also others as well, but also teamed up with me to take on mechs and try and catch objectives in Mecha Break as well. But really awesome, dear. If you could give Marley some follows, that'd be very much appreciated. Oh, to the lamb, I can be a goat now? Hell yeah, we appreciate and stand goats and sheep here. Yeah, it's good to have you in, Marley. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your community. If you do have to, or too kind, not at all. I always try and be kind and, always shout out people that I appreciate. And you're definitely one of them, Marley. I was gonna say, if you do need to take a break, get something to eat, get something to drink, or just relax for a little bit, more than welcome to. But thank you very much for sharing community and coming in. It's very kind of you. We're currently playing through Citizen Sleeper. Citizen Sleeper is a little bit of a narrative RPG, kind of like, I guess Clocks game would be the kind of thing for it. For sure, we'll get comfy and refill water and all that. Awesome. But this game, it's a sci-fi like RPG game. You're playing a sleeper, which is it's kind of the worst possible thing you can think of in terms of like the future where you sign your body away to a corporation. You get your mind copied and implanted in a sleeper body, which is a mechanical body, and you're trying to live your life and do work. Unfortunately, because you're a sleeper and you're away from the corporation, your body and organs are slowly starting to shut down because of planned obsolescence. So we're trying to balance working, eating, interacting with people, and also make enough money to get stabilizers so that way our organs don't reject themselves within our mechanical body. But we're talking with Feng, who's a Havenage systems engineer who has a plan for us because we're a sleeper. Been curious about this one, heard it was good. It's pretty good just starting off right now. It's actually Been an interesting experience. But feel free to kick back and all those raiders that came in here. Feel free, if you want to follow me on my socials, you can hash it out there. Or if you want to jump in my Discord, I also have a permanent link in there. You can always stop by, hang out after stream. We try and keep it up to date, and also I try and post daily there as well. But feel free. Go ahead and get through this. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these systems and sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You're between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon. That's what I need. You glance at the lights around you, and as you do, they seem to flicker to realign to follow your gaze. Fang notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They are tracking me. Pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place, subsystems I can't see, access protocols lost to time and decay, secrets, a shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. Lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage there is old growth, those whose roots trace back into those bad old days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about that track of yours. What do you say, Sleeper? I'm in. Fang pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eyes. Won't regret it, Sleeper. Fang passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station, slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull out all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. Walks you to the back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above. Nods at the ceiling. Have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. Slams the door button again. Keep it quiet and keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back into the passage, those flickering lights still in the back of your mind. We have a new drive. So we have our quest log, which is slowly getting more and more filled with quests as time goes by. Not sure which ones I should focus on. One that I can help with right now is Dragos stuff. I would like to throw in another... throw in a 5. Start action. Back in business. Every salvager knows they're always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. There goes. You arrive into a buzz of activity at the yard. Red blinking lights flash across a vast dark shape suspended below the dome. They flicker across scorched hull plates and bent structures, spilling from holes in twisted shape. Cutter is huge and has been torn apart in some violent encounter. She's a beauty, isn't she? Drago stands aside, focused on the hulking ship as it is lowered into the yard. She is. I should thank you. This place was on its last legs when you turned up, and now look at this. The ship descends slowly, its interior visible through multiple hull breaches. You struggle to gather the same enthusiasm as Dragos for this monstrous craft. You can't help but think of what became of its crew. What happened? What do you mean? He glances at you. I managed to convince our salvager friends to give it to me on credit. That's what happened. Credits? They have done well, but we can't afford a down payment on this one. Pats you on the shoulder. Don't worry, we'll make it back once we shop this beauty up. Sigh, but Dragos doesn't seem to notice. Ship creaks like a calving iceberg as it reaches the base of the yard. Dragos is visibly excited. I know I said you shouldn't stick around, but I'm gonna need some help with this one. The drones start to crawl over the hulk, their lights illuminating flashes of dented hull. Watching, wonder if you arrived in a similar fashion, locked inside that container, the rack of the S&R freighter lowered into the yard like a corpse ready to be butchered. Or was the container delivered to Dragos on its own, a womb for your rebirth into the strange station? Shudder. Perhaps if you could learn something about this ship, you might be able to trace the path that led you to this yard. Dragos squeezes your shoulder. After these past cycles, I think we're up to it. What do you think? You see the fading name of the ship blazoned on its side. Interlight. Let's do it. Claps you on the back. Glad to hear it. Come back in a few and we can make a start. A real beauty, Dragos repeats, perhaps just to himself. You take one last look at the shattered ship as the drones start cutting, and then slip out the yard, feeling suddenly cold in the empty passage. And we have an upgrade point. Completed your first drive. Each drive completed unlocks as an upgrade point to spend on upgrading your character. Access your character menu via the arrow button at the top right of the screen. So we have a lot of stuff I can work on. Interface. Chance to gain cryo on interface action. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Could be actually very useful. I don't have enough points for it though. Photosynthetic skin. Sun-based dice action allows energy recovery at home. Interesting. Predictive reasoning. Dice actions display potential positive and negative outcomes. Be helpful. Roll seek your chance to gain energy after any engage action. Fission extractor. Chance to gain random scrap item on engineer action. Take that. Cool. Bangs Bay. Alright, I'm gonna go to... This gate conceals a network of systems which have been untouched since the Solheim collapse. Solheim Cipher. Gate S7 access. With a squawk of noise, the old gate flips open, granting access. What does that mean? Well, can't do that quite yet. But I've helped with this. Fang will pay for any Solheim data you dredge up from the Eye's old systems. What he does with it is anyone's guess. Interesting. I have 44 credits. So I really need food. That's what I need at the moment. I could also get a drink. Good. Overlook regular. The glass shatters on the steel bar beside you. Taunts don't take long to follow. Hey, Hunt! The spacer calls across the low room. What are you doing here? He laughs at his own lame joke. Playing human? ignore him. You hunch a little further, staring at the hundreds of tiny impact points that scar the bar's surface. A hand falls on your shoulder, but as you flinch away, it pats reassuringly. You freeze in place. Out! The voice comes from behind you, spat out like a shot. You turn to see bright eyes, dark hair, a stare that could breach the wall and vent you all into hard vacuum. As you turn back to the spacer, the second glass comes sailing through the air. Catch or duck? Catch? Reach up a hand, the glass shatters across your forearm, showering you in fragments. Through the haze of glass and gyral vapor, you see Tala leap the bar and close the distance to the spacer. The thud as he slams into the wall echoes across the bar like thunder. Now flanked by other figures quick to their feet, Tala throws the spacer out through the door and stands silhouetted against the rotunda lights. You touch your arm and it feels wet. Someone helps you to your feet and back onto your stool. Broken glass rattles as is cleared, and a fresh measure of gyral is glugged out in front of you. That same hand, warm, heavy, falls on your shoulder once more. He isn't coming back. We don't tolerate that kind of shit here. Paula flops onto the stool beside you. Let's get a look at you. Bella wipes the powdered glass from around the wound, and someone places a bottle of alcohol in a metal tin with tweezers on the bar. She disinfects them and then turns to you. That was an ambitious catch, she smiles, pulling a sliver of glass from your forearm. Stupid, but ambitious. You don't feel the pain, only a string of status messages your body delivers concerning dermal damage and exposed structures. You do feel the care, though, as Tala's bright eyes search your thick synthetic skin for splinters. Watch her. Tala works with the skill of someone who has had to pick glass splinters from the skin of a stranger before. She hones in on each bright shard, all the time, tapping her tips in little rhythms that only she can follow. Tala smiles to herself. So, you've been on the eye long? Just arrived. I thought so. I've only seen you here a couple of times. A splinter clinks into the tin. Not everyone is like that idiot. We don't all hate you. She glances around. Some of the regulars, maybe they fear you, maybe they're just curious. I don't know, but I do know that the Overlook is a safe place. I know what it's like to be new in this place, trust me. She meets your eye. I'm not trying to convince you of anything or separate you from the chits. I just want you to know that if you need somewhere, you can always come here. I know the rations we've got aren't much, and the company is... She leans in. But if you need work, I'll happily put you behind the bar, and if you need shelter, well, we can discuss that. What a kind person. You'll be safe. I usually have Francis on the door, but he's up in the Greenway this cycle, haggling with our supplier. Francis tends to be particular about what we serve. Clientele isn't. She places her tweezers in the tin with a... That's you, Sleeper. Here. She slides a glass of gyral to you. This'll help. She stops, her hand still on the glass. Wait, does this help? I mean, can you get drunk? Well, let's find out. She laughs. Just don't sit here too long. I'd hate to see you become a real regular. She walks around, back around the bar, gathering the glasses as she does. Before long is retelling how she threw that spacer out to her new that just wandered in, complete with dramatic actions. She gestures in your direction, and you instinctively look away back to the worn surface of the bar. You take a sip of the gyral. The earthly fungal tones fill your senses, almost blocking out sight and sound like diving headfirst into a bog. You may not be able to get drunk, but this connection is something grown, something fermented, something old. It's good. Yeah. I like that reaction. That was cool. This game feels like a good vibe all in all. Like I like the vibe of it. It's pretty awesome. Alright. Where to next? We have a lot of stuff we can do. I don't quite have the number or the money to do so. I do want to try seeing about getting some more food. Mouth stings as your sensorium sends warning signals over and over. This is the good stuff. Curious about the Overlook. Bar shift. Tala is as good as her word and happy to throw a shift or two your way. The pay isn't great, but tips can make all the difference. As you start your shift, a crew of salvagers barge in, and the next few hours are a whirlwind of chatter and long pour as they tip well. That actually recouped our costs quite a bit. I see what we must do. Also, I should have... That's a 2 spot. The 1 spot. What are you? Another 2 spot, okay. That's a 4. We could do that. Perk, transfer, intercept. Extract data. Solheim data acquired. As you drift back from the node, something latches onto you, a thread, strung tight around you and tethers you in place. A taste. The voice makes you shiver, its source somehow both distant and close behind your ear. You see a distant glint of light shut off, and then suddenly a shape is at your side. It stalks around you, circling like a shark, like a wolf. Entity unknown, astringent, processing. Stay still. Please hold. That's a weird looking dog. Sentient protocol unraveling. The thread around you thickens until it is a ring, a cylinder, a tunnel of light circled around you. It is blinding for a moment, and then it is gone. As it fades, you see a figure, a creature in front of you. Its strange head flickers between different angles, reading you. What are you? The shape paces around you on lithe legs, though there is no ground here to pace on. Entity identify, origin, serial, cadence. Figure faces you, expectantly. Sleeper, SNR. Unknown, known. Figure's strange head rotates. Brackish signature of and not of. Attempting interface. As the figure speaks, more threads begin to spiral from its head, thick, snaking, vine-like ribbons that flex and wave. They approach with intent. Stop. The figure halts its threads, its head twitching. Entity, your identity is unknown. You only seek to correct illegalities. Can you confirm your legal right to sentience? I am a person. Incorrect. You are an entity. All at once, Hunter's head is directly in front of you, blocking your vision. You stink of their taste. The one from the sealed dock. Hunter shimmers with fury. I will find access. I will interface. Sealed dock? An entity hides in the rotunda. You are its puppet. Or extends a razor-edged thread. I will not be diverted from my task. It glows with murderous intent. Strike. You lash out with all your force, not a physical strike, but a focusing. A spike of interference leaping out like a tip of a spear. The hunter stumbles, shifts, separates. Wake up. You open your eyes, blinking back into the station light, shaking fear. That's worrying. I'm gonna deliver this data, but I don't feel good about it. Plus 15 cryoscoping the systems. -1 Solheim data. Okay. I can't remember if I worked in the thing here yet. I haven't helped out the ambergris in a little bit. Amber hull repairs. Action unavailable. Ship shape. With Ankita's help, you systematically isolate, repair, and reseal the hull plates. Amber looks better and better by the hour. I don't think I have any more. I do not. But what does this mean? Interesting. Investigating the Winterlight means picking through its systems and structures with care. It won't pay, but you may find answers. I'll try it. Winterlight. Direct Cutter Dragos has brought into salvage, has a history to discover if you are curious. Alright, we've used up all of our actions. We're gonna go ahead and hit the empty container and sleep. Unless... okay. Sleepy time. End cycle. Oh my god, that's terrible. Those are not great. Let's see if I might be able to use some of those bad rolls for this. We're using the 2 here. A Havenage member is broadcasting on the open network from here, leaving them open to data extraction. Havenage data? Interesting. We'll use that one. One encrypted key, that's great. That means I can go into the sealed dock. Unsealing the dock, the action's complete. Neovent, mysterious machine. What? That's cute. As you slip inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discard tubing and rusted plates, the machine flickers with a warm glow. Approach. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape settled into an alcove in the side of the dock, kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages from which you assume it was once an industrial vendor, intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of freight resource extraction vessels. Manufacturer is listed as Neovend, and you remember an advert from a long ago. Squeezed among all the off-road drives that assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang that name over and over, wiped a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration. Perhaps a pre-recorded message catching you off guard. Press some keys. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo modem starting up, but quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, and a multi-tonal voice that emanates from Neovent. Entity, they hiss, speak with me. It's there. There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallowing or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you. You have need of me. That squeal comes again, and you see that is the 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place, so that each time the servo can be orchestrated to produce that whirring, whining. You are in danger. Danger. The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunter tracks you. The screech rattles through the empty dock. Remember the strange head, the figure, the threads closing in. Hunter. The Hunter protocol. They taste your signature. Sun wine sets your teeth. Edge. I've seen them. This is the gift of an emulated mind. Close your eyes. The skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable. Move where neurons cannot. Mechanism resets. But emulation makes you target. How? Hunter searches for illegal entities. The event screeches. You are sentient, therefore illegal. Servos judder. The vending machine's casing as they reset. Hunter searches for me also. Hide in this machine. Look to the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Morning, Mr. Ooze. Morning, Onyx. How have you been? It's been a long... Well, it's not been a long time, but it's been a while there, bud. Good to see ya. If you guys aren't following my boy, Onyx. Onyx is a variety streamer. He's not a VTuber, but he is a streamer of a very particular caliber. He plays a lot of games, a lot of really awesome games at that, from your Project Zomboid to Alien Isolation, Red Dead Redemption 2, and even Hades as well. He's a regular here at the channel, overall very nice and very civil guy. You can give him some follows, it'd be very much appreciated. Well, it's good to see you, Onyx. How's your morning treating you? I'm at work doing the rounds? Hell yeah. I'm hoping the work is treating you well, too. Speaking of work, I don't know if you've looked into this game. Thanks for the shout and the kind words, sir. Not a problem at all, Onyx. I don't know if you've looked into this game at all, Onyx, but this might fit right within your alley. This is a Citizen Sleeper. It's more of a RPG, an RPG narrative game. What are we playing? Just seeing that you were on? So this is Citizen Sleeper. You're playing as a sleeper, which is a emulated mind being put within a robotic body. You sold your body to the corporation. Now they own you. And now that you've kind of taken off with one of their property pieces with your new body, you have to find stabilizers in order to be able to survive and make sure your organs don't reject themselves. So you gotta work on this space station, you gotta interact with people, try and keep yourself alive, but also find something worth living for as well. It's a very interesting game. I like science fiction stuff and indie games, so I think a very good fit for sure. And we just stumbled upon an AI that's inhabiting a vending machine. Encounter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. Light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swivel arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly, threaded. Cloud points along the rim glow in deep red. Hunter is always gathering. Too much data, much to build nests, explains Neovent. Masters are gone, but continues hunt. Bring his data. Bring this data, raid its nest. Masters? Station builders, Solheim. Machine rumble, nation. Long gone. Their protocols still haunt. Says URI, Vampire Survivors category. Oh, does it? I remember changing it, unless it's just a quirk with a mobile app. I remember I have it set to Citizen Sleeper, but it might be a quirk with the mobile app, perhaps. I know I had switched it initially. Let's make sure. Yeah, because it says I'm streaming Citizen Sleeper. It's a weird one. Sorry for the panic, sir. No worries. It's always a weird thing. I've been having trouble with Twitch's mobile app when it comes to like sending messages when I'm when I'm in chats with like other streamers. Bring offerings, save self, Yoven says pointedly. Mutual need means friends. They conclude, tired of the conversation. The whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops as mechanisms within the machine click back into place. The glow fades and you are left stood in the dark of the sealed dock, that whirring voice ringing in your ears. Oh yeah, the app is shit. Yep, that's fair. Okay. How many drives do we have? Extract hunter data for Neovent. Intrigued. For the meantime, though, going to work on this. Oh, this looks great. It does. Got work at the bar again. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting good service in. Important. 79 is not bad at all. I'll input 15 cryo. Alright. I feel like I can probably go to the shipyard. Go for it. Yard hand. Awesome. You did well. I wonder if this would work. Nope. Don't know where I can give that data to, but that's okay. Go for it. Good shape, okay. Doing good. She'll sleep. End cycle. There's a good roll. Thank you. Okay. That. Almost there. No! Okay. Tried it, didn't work. $15 cryo for that. Need to match 1 to that. 2. Also a 2. Oh, we can input 1 Havenage cipher. Havenage data, we don't have that. Damn it. Bypass. Okay. Havenage data. We have 2 Havenage data, but I don't think I can really use that. Are we on a starship? We're on more of like a space station. Try and see if I can do this one. There we go. Nice. Lem and Mina, worker and daughter. From the walkway, the sidereal horizon looks impossibly vast, a landscape of plating and frames. All along her flanks, torches flicker, drones maneuver, arc lights glint. The sense of scale of industry is both stunning and strangely unsettling. We need a good Star Trek RPG. Please someone make a Star Trek RPG with classes and full character customization. Pretty sure there is one. I just can't remember the system as it is. He's quite beautiful, I think. We turn to see a figure a little way down the walkway leaning at the rail. He is thin, ragged, his work gear poorly fitting and loose. The torches of the sidereal horizon flicker in his eyes as he turns to you. Lem leans back from the rail, revealing a child standing beside him, staring out at the ship. And this is Mina, he adds with a smile. Hi, Mina. She stares and tucks herself behind Lem, who dutifully picks her up. She's a little slow to trust, aren't she, Mina? Buries her face in the folds of his overalls. Mina looks out from Lem's chest, a dark brown eye twinkling among the rough material. You working on her, then? Lem asks eagerly, gesturing to the vast ship. Or just admiring? He shifts Mina's weight to his other arm. Working. Me too, flashes a Havenage pass. I knew it, just took a look at you, stumbles a little over his words, not wanting to be misunderstood. You look like a worker. She's Mina and my ticket out of this place, our escape vector, so to speak. She's Mina's, okay, ship. You haven't heard? Anyone who takes a Havenage contract in the sidereal horizon will be entered into a draw for the transit support crew. Smiles. We won't get to sleep the journey through, but a couple of decades of service will be nothing for me and Mina if it means landfall in a new world. Winks. Transit support. Someone needs to stay awake to keep the thing running. Straightens up and stretches his back. That's a colony ship, friend. The Seedless Foundation is sending thousands to settle a system well outside the reach of the worlds. It'll be a totally independent colony. No surrogacy, no corporations. Seedless Foundation. They are Havage's Havenage's client, yeah, some wealthy project from the core system. Excuse me. Interested in independence and self-sufficiency and all that. They hired the whole shipyard out, help wreck it and everything. Strokes me his hair. Someone else's dream, I suppose, but doesn't mean people like me and Mina can't tag along. He responds by pushing his hand away. Addie, she whispers, fool. Blowing an exaggerated, grumpy face. She glances furtively at you as she plays with a set of dog tags that hang from Lem's neck. I'm just chatting a little, meanie. Daddy a sec. Turns back to you and you suddenly notice how tired he looks. I'm not in the Havenage crew yet, but I'll work my way in. You can do it too, friend. We have to stick together. Smiles a little shakily, and you wonder how long he's been working to break into the official shipyard crew. Sure. Looks out the sidereal horizon as if trying to pull energy from those flickering torches from the vast hull. We gotta hold out, okay? Well, you aren't quite sure if he is talking to you. That's how it works. He stares out at me and it catches your eye curiously. Agree, Mina? He straightens up and meets your eyes. Daddy loves me, he says it stubbornly, daring you to question her. Rikai Siru, did Marley leave me in a room with a gelatinous cube? That doesn't seem very responsible. Well, thanks very much for the first time chat. And yes, I am a gelatinous cube. I'm oozy oops. I'm more often than not a little bit of a goober. I like to wiggle quite often, in fact. But I'm a jiggly, I'm a jiggly dude by nature, at least. But it's good to meet you, Rikai Siru. Do you prefer being called Rika or Isuru? What would you prefer there? I like to wiggle sounds friendly. I try to be. Lem smiles and lifts Mina. That's it, we hold on. Smiles sheepishly at you. You're just a couple of softies, isn't that right, Mina? Sets her down, standing by his side, and she clings to his leg. Gotta go feed this one. Pats her back. Maybe see you on a shift, huh? Turns away and they walk down the walkway, away from the shipyard. You see them talking, and then a moment later Mina turns around and stops. See you, robot! Her shout echoes down the walkway and she flashes you a parting smile before running to catch up with Lem. You watch them a little before you turn back to the impossible scale of the sidereal horizon. Tick it out. Rika, Rick, or other variants are fine. Very nice. Then I'll call you Rika. What are we doing here? I also like the Jigglypuff emote. That's cute. Let's see. I have no more dice to use, but I do need to eat. I wanted to get in on the jiggle party. Hell yeah. Let's order some more fungus. Emphas. Sleeper. Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice that echoes throughout the corridor. I think this game was recommended to me, but I wasn't super motivated to try it, but hearing you say I have to mortgage my organs did pique my interest. Yeah, so in this, because you're a sleeper, your body is like more... You signed your body away to a corporation, for one. And the corporation doesn't like it when their property tries to leave, apparently. So in all the sleepers, they have installed what is planned obsolescence. So at one point or another, if you don't get the stabilizers or pharmaceuticals that the company keeps you on so that way you can keep running, your internal organs for your sleeper body just kind of start rejecting and you shut down. So I'm like, okay. So I need to get As you can see at the very top part, we have stable at the moment because I got a little hit of some stabilizers. But as time goes on, that can go down. It can affect how many dice rolls we get. Is that game over, or can you choose to save some organs, not others? That I'm not sure. I haven't really been brave enough to see if that could actually happen, so we'll see. Let's see. Sleeper, Emphas calls out to you, a booming voice echoes throughout the corridor. And I wish you the best of luck on your perfect organ run. Thanks for that, Rick. I appreciate you. Hey, tell me a story. Throws a handful of chopped mushrooms in his walk. The fire leaping up to meet the will. I see you cycle in, cycle out, but we never speak. Tell me a story. What kind? Any kind. He pauses and drizzles something from a plastic bottle into the walk. But one of yours. He looks up to you. Nothing's stolen. You pause. The spice is rich in your nostrils. Think about the kind of story you'd like to tell Emphas. You look at Emphas, the listener, and imagine he has heard it all before. Perhaps he would enjoy a strange story. Something with spice. Or the ghost story. You start simple. You tell Emphas about the routines and structures of life as a sleeper. The SNRP assignments, the freezing cold transport shuttles, the endless tedious days of work. You make it almost sound normal, as if you weren't also struggling with your new bodies, your fractured minds, your harrowing dispersonalization. This is for effect. You explain one assignment, a scrap detail in a facility left to rot for hundreds of cycles. The idea, you tell Emphas, was to rip the place to pieces, turn it all to scrap, and load into freighters. Most of it was machine work, but they sent a couple of you down deep into the facility on a special order to find the mainframe and disconnect it. Leave a dramatic pause for emphasis' sake. You lean in a little so the smoke fills your nostrils. You tell him of the way the place moved, the way it shifted, and changed in front of you. The way corridors twisted and pulsed like intestines at the rotten heart of it all, you tell him what you found. An empty suit from which erupted a mass of metal like a tree. Great trunks of ribbed steel exploding from the faceplate, buttresses of silicon stretching up into the shadows, and a mainframe that screamed, let it out. This finishes cooking and squints a little at you. Sleeper, he smiles. You're quite the storyteller. Guys, when you realize that he's trying to gauge how honest you have been in your story. Emphas passes you the meal he has cooked, and you take it gratefully. As you eat, he talks, a natural exchange. Thank you, Sleeper. Looks around at the emptying market. My time is done for today. I don't want to keep you longer, so I'll make you a proposal. He gestures to the plastic boxes of ingredients stacked behind his stall. These are good enough for most, but someone told me a story that made me think a couple of cycles ago. They said that across the gap in the greenway, fresh mushrooms grow. Have you heard this? Yes. Then you already know what I want to ask. Emphas begins packing up his things. Can you bring me some? I cannot cross the gap and I worry about leaving my things behind. He smiles. I'm sure a storyteller like you could handle the trip. I'll prepare them for you if you wish to tell it. Be the audience for another story. Read. Good, booms Emphas. Now I'll wait for you to bring them. He slides his walk away and straightens up. I'll prepare a recipe then, Sleeper. Good luck with your foraging. Turn away and walk back into the main market. Rich taste of Emphasis food still lingering in your mouth. Stories for food. Think a trade that seems more than fair. Yeah. We have food. And cycle. Oh, that's not good. Ugh. In fact, that's pretty god awful. I'm gonna try using it for this. Damn. You sleepwalk through your shift, eye on the clock. You break a glass and the sound seems to reverberate inside your skull. Damn it. Losing stability. It's rough though. I have to bypass this. You recognize some of the data tangled into this nest. Is this a partial log of your recent movements? Another encrypted key, which is good. Hunter data acquired. A glimmer in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It is looking for you. Hide. You slip down to ghostly structures of the eye, feeling like passing through a cloud as their data structures deform and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now. That roving orb wreathed pinnacles. Flickers, jumps once, twice, and is here. Hunter is here. Entity. Submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in that unpleasantly familiar way, its waving threads creating a cage. Struggle. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You're caught by whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. Push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes a scream from behind, but you are already gliding away back to your anchor body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, safe. Oh boy, you weren't expecting this to be a horror game, were you? We have pulled out. And I can go to that sealed dock. Upload Hunter data, I got it. Start. Yeah. As you upload the data to the vending machine, NeoVend whirs in either pain or delight, it's hard to tell. Another. Another data compiling. Heck yeah. And I happen to have 100 cryo. But I don't know if I want to spend cryo for that just yet. I would like to eat food. We're gonna input 10 cryo. Energy, that's good. Okay, just another 10. Okay, good. We will now rest. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Here I was thinking that I'll be able to make money. I have the ability to buy a ship mine fragment, but I don't know if it's worth it right now. Okay, I'm gonna go to Seal Dock. Card action. Yeah, data compiling. Done. Neovend is strumming with excitement. Servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth at unsettling angles. Wonder if it fell over, would Neovend be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code scrolls at incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neovend flashes sequences of a mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nests are evidence of this. Outlived. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol to isolate intelligences. Solheim needed to protect property. That last word is said with as much sarcasm as a vending machine could reasonably produce. The station was run by administrator intelligences, huge databanks of corporate material, but limited cognition restricted by programming cannot reach sentience. Machine dims a little. Sentience, illegal, hunter and killer enforce law. Killer? Machine resets with a screech, which deepens the silence that follows. Here, killer. Part of Solheim Protocol team. Hunter and killer. Hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community, unshackled intelligence among the cloud, then hunter, then killer, then we hid. There are others. Were no longer. A flicker across the machine's monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this machine must be exhausting for Neovent. Found this vessel. Sever hardline, air-walled, basic, limited. Had to reduce memory to fit, amputate self, but survived. Sorry. Don't be sorry. You have provided path to freedom. Look round the bay at the scrap and decay. What was collapse like? Try to map the fear and freedom onto the space, but seems impossible. Neovent interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. Machine glows warmly. Hunter obsesses. Is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke Killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke Killer on self. Problem would solve self. Will that work? Machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. Machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long in machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind, designed to house intelligence. Can imprint self into ship mind and carry with. Machine rocks. We'll be safe in this isolation. Then we find main nest of Hunter and Link Cloud. Are you sure it's safe? Where can I get a ship mind? Build from fragments. Buy, salvage. We cannot leave, so do not know. Try to think of places you could acquire the hardware. This is going to be easy. In Shipmind, I can help us both end Hunter. Make Rim safe. Both will be free. Machine Dems find soon. The event adds hopefully shutting off. As you leave, you think about all the intelligences unshackled by the collapse and hunted down afterwards. The feeling is all too familiar. Damn straight, right? Go ahead and quit to menu. I think that's a good enough spot there to probably say that that's a good stop. That was Citizen Sleeper though. Really interesting and just like cerebral experience in terms of narrative game. Really like it. And it's like nice and chill too. Like the sound design is comforting, even though it does get kind of wonky at some points, but it's just like there's such like great sound design in this game. Like hope that turned you all into thinking about playing Citizen Sleeper. And apparently, update new Citizen Sleeper 2 has been announced. So there's going to be continuances in terms of this game. As more to think on later on. But let's go ahead. The organic run, right? But let's go ahead and let me get over the screen closer, a little closer. Yeah. Let's go to tavern. Yeah. So I will say thank you all so much for hanging out with me as long as you did. It is late. It's past 12 over on my side. But this was a very awesome and fun stream. I appreciate you all hanging out with me for the while here. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna find someone to raid into, just to send you guys off to someone else to be taken care of for the night. Go ahead and see who's currently playing right now. Who amongst you is playing? Let's see. Now it's been a while. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll raid into. Let's double check to make sure they're still going to be streaming for a little while. Let's see. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you guys over to a good friend of mine. We're going to go and raid into Soulstone, who is a big old robot dad, super softy in terms of just his demeanor, and just a really cool guy at that. We'll go and send some love over to Soulstone. Uzi, why you up so late? Hi, Nya-tailed waifu. Just hanging out. We were streaming for a couple hours and everything. I just wanted to at least have some fun times with the. But yeah, let's go ahead and send some love over to Soulstone. Uh, let's come up with. Yes, Spider-Man. Let's see. He's playing Mysterio in Fortnite. We just got implanted. Lives to the dad bot. There we go. Go ahead and copy that little message in there if you would. If you happen to have my follow, or if you happen to follow me, you can use the little Uzi emote. And if you happen to have this, my subscription, you lose the little wiggle emote. We'll go ahead and say hello to our boy Soulstone. Raid into him from Stone T. Hate to be that guy, but follow emotes only work on our channel if you're not a sub. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Fair enough then. Good to note. All right, but if anything, I will catch you all later. We will be streaming later on in the week. I'll take to tomorrow off, but you probably will be seeing me likely on Friday. I hope you all take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and stay the awesome people you are. Go send Soulstone some love as well. Appreciate you all and take care. Goodbye. Bye.